Welcome back into episode 3 of our Civilization 6 Russia playthrough. A quick recap. In episode 1, we got to about 10 cities in about this range. Olenuts. And we got, a good base. Episode 2, though, we went kind of supercharged and we've gone from 10 cities up to 29. And there's actually 5 more settlers here running around, waiting to get cities put down. So this leads us into the Golden Age here, and the question is what dedication am I going to take? If I look at the dedications, I'm the only Golden Age, and there's a couple of questions to be had here. I could go Hicks and Draconis. Because of those 5 settlers, I would get 3 starting pop, which is really good, as well as +2 loyalty per turn for cities not on my original capital, and that would mean that potentially I could start eating away at some of these other cities and getting them back into the fold. If I could actually get Candy by any chance. Nah, that's not gonna happen. But some of these, the loyalty might flip a couple of these cities, which might be kind of good. The other thing is the +3 starting population would mean I could actually go straight into my second district very quickly. So I could go Holy Site and then right into like a broadcast center or to a theater square. So that's probably the way we're going to go. Reform the coinage. I only have like 6 or 7 trade routes. That's not super important to me. To arms, I don't really plan on going to war at all, so that's not that big a deal. However, Heartbeat Esteem, 10% production towards wonders. And again, normally I only have the one science in neighborhood, so that's not that big a deal. The part of it is 10% extra production towards wonders. Now that paired with my government, where I have a card in here, skyscrapers, I could also potentially go backwards in time to autocracy and get 10% more reduction in the cost of wonders, so I can really start pumping out the wonder. Now the only problem with going back to autocracy is this 15% discount I'm currently getting on faith purchases is super important because I'm buying people, so I have to leave that. So to that point, I think I'm really going to go with Hicks and Draco. It's hard to call. None of these are actually really the best. I think my initial thought was Hicks and Draconis. 5 more cities starting at pop 3. 10%. I'm so torn. I think actually the 5 cities that are coming out aren't really leading towards my winning condition. Like I'll get a bit more faith, but I think we'll go Heartbeat Esteem. Yes, if that gets me 1 extra wonder, that's going to be great. So all we need to worry about now is getting more things into our world, more great works, more tourism. The one thing I've noticed here too is I've been beelining towards computers. And we're only 2 techs away. It's very close. Computers is 2 techs away, so 7 turns, and I think we're still 5 turns away from electricity. So within 12 turns. It's really good. I can't really get the boost to computers, adopt a government with 8. I'm still a little bit away, so I'm super quick to computers. However, if you look here at my science screen, I still haven't researched printing. So this printing gives you double the tourism yields from great works of writing, which is super important. I'm going to stop and get this first, and then go back and get the, where is it? Way back here. Way back here. Yeah, so much of this tree I've just skipped over top of. Printing. We'll get printing, and then we'll add computers back to the queue, and that should give me a huge boost. Because I've got about 18 books of writing in my great works right now. Next is to add and see, there's a couple more wonders that have come up, and we'll have to see where we can put them in. One was the Bolshoi Theater. So the Bolshoi Theater, I need a flat space next to Theater Square. And I just need to go try to find a good spot to put it, and we'll be back here in a second. Okay. The Bolshoi Theater in 15 turns here in Astrakhan. It's a great wonder because it gives you 2 free civics on top of all these spaces for great works. And it's only going to be 15 turns, which isn't super bad. It's not the best. But every wonder I can build adds to my tourism. City number 30 up here in the north is not in a good spot because it is so close to Beijing's capital. If I'm not in a golden age, there's no way I keep the city. But I'm going to be in a golden age for the rest of the game, so I'm not too worried about it. Printing has gone through. Oh, we got a big jump. We went from 585 up to 637. That's a huge jump. I should have done that a long time ago. Let's see if that's made a difference in our win condition. We are currently going to win in 32 turns. So we need to keep pushing it and keep pushing it, because this will go up and down every time. Every turn you'll see this. That's the weird thing, like it'll go victory in 30 something turns, and then next turn it won't even show it, and then the turn after that it'll be victory in 20 something turns. It jumps up and down very quickly. Just unlocked mass media, and mass media is good because of the Crystal Redentor. Tourism output from relics and holy cities is not diminished by others who have research enlightenment. So you'll see I've got like a 25% reduction in tourism to most of the other people because of that. So I want to build the Crystal Redentor right away. It's just a matter of where I can build it again. Some of my cities are really struggling for housing, and I'm very close to getting things like broadcast centers, but these wonders are very important. So I might forsake, no, we'll get the broadcast center and we'll get the Crystal Redentor after that. It helps, but it's not the end of the world, because 19 turns I might have the game beat anyways. City number 31, again, not the best city. It's just kind of be putting up in the north, just trying to take up some space. Again, we might get to the point where it spawns in a little bit of, say, uranium. Might be kind of important, but it's going to be a spot where we can build a bunch of national parks. Again, even though the lava is going to take forever, we're going to put a lava down. Probably park here. We put the lava there on that tree. Yeah. And I'll get Hercules to make that. In the meantime, what we can do is I could go here instead of that and go naturals next turn and build, yeah, build another park. Anansi is back and ready to eat again. Bam. Again, the jumps aren't quite as big as they used to be, but it's getting 180 science now and 170 culture. As you say, every era it goes up, it increases a little bit, but the scale isn't quite to where it needs to be, but we are getting closer and closer and closer. 2 more turns, 3 more turns to electricity. And Anansi's a hungry dude. Num num num. It's only giving me like a turn off, so it's not that big a deal. It's not game breaking. It's early game, it's really good. Late game or mid game, it's debatable. Just another random city here. It's not the best city. It doesn't need to be, but I'm selling it on a resource right next to a wonder, so it's worth a little bit of era score. Not that I really need era score, but more. You get another great person and another park. Parks, again, still give me 4 era score every time, so I'm not worried about a great or a golden age at all. Basically, it's just free era points. Pretty nutty. Here's another park. Yeah, this will still, I could still build another one here with buying that one tile. So it's hard if you really want to start cramming them in. It's harder and harder and harder, and you really got to plan it out ahead of time. But there's another park. There's 8 era score in 1 turn. Here we're just trying to sacrifice our apostles. So actually, can I get to this apostle down here to sacrifice 3 turns away? The apostles are very slippery. When you think you've got them cornered, they kind of get out of the way and really do avoid getting crushed very easily. It's kind of frustrating, especially when you're like, all I'm trying to do is lose them. I'm not trying to actually win over their territory. I'm just trying to die with them, and it's hard because they just keep disappearing. They're slipping out between your fingertips. We just got the broadcast center, the first one in this playthrough in capital of Mozzarella. So now let's throw down the crystal. It doesn't really matter where. This might give us some better adjacencies actually if we throw it in here somewhere. 15 turns isn't bad at all. Another city here. I don't know about this last settler where he's gonna go, but we're into the American cities now. We're building Washington. I don't know if I can get up here. That -3 might be a bit too much pressure, but we'll see. Oh, if we get that, oh yeah, we'll start stealing cities. That's great. Another great person, another musician. All these lobbers is giving so many great people, and I'm getting air score by getting it. So yeah, we're up to 301 already. Couple more great works, a couple more broadcast centers, and we'll take a quick peek here. It's turn 174, and we're gonna win in 14 turns now. I don't know if it's gonna be 14 turns, but we'll soon see. Here's a Nazi again. So close to computers, I can taste it. It's another park. That sounds like a good spot there. Another park, another 4 era, and Hercules can go to, I think it was Washington that we need to send him to. This new city down here in the south. It's gonna take me like a year and a half to make the holy site. Where did it go here? Yes, Washington. Builders are still making forest in a couple of the, it's pretty strange to still be making forest, but what cities, that wasn't a new city. It's our poor scout got caught. Wah, wah, wah. Hey, you got promotion though. Excellent. I've got that one secret agent running around being a pest. Well, finally, Anansi is here. 2 more charges, but this should give us printing, and we're at 784 tourists, and we'll see what this does for us. Come on, big money. Computers, we can do flood walls if we needed it, and doesn't matter. It grants the ability to construct an additional spy, plus 25% tourism across your empire. So 784 to 784. Apparently it makes no difference. It might be next turn before you can see the difference. Now we can start backfilling. We're actually the worst in science as far as the amount of text goes, but the distance up the tree we are is much better than most. So we'll keep making forest and keep making parks, keep putting down great works. And we've got 68 great works right now out of 101. Most of them are still relics. Relics taking up a big amount of space, and I'm trying so hard to get the relics in, but it's hard, man. The apostles are so slippery. But we see the tourist victory conditions over here. Says we're going to win in 26 turns now, so it keeps going up and down a little bit, but we'll see how it works. See maybe next turn if it changes a lot. Oh, it looked like it changed right there. We're up to 997. Wow. So it did jump. It jumped like 200 and some points. Crazy. Excellent. Make some more great works. We'll get him off of here so that this great artist can come in here and make their painting. And then this great artist over here can make their music. We can recruit another writer. And we're going to win in 15 turns now. In what I think is my final city? Sure. There's no, I think that's the last of the settlers. New York, New York, and all New York is going to do is make some parks. Oh, we've got no loyalty already. I wonder if I can actually get one of my governors into that city, because like I said, if I go to the Great People and I reappoint Victor. Oh, look at that. Easy peasy. And then we'll probably steal a couple cities. Random? Oh, random. I thought it was a random city. Oh my. Novgorod has made the first neighborhood. eventually we will get shopping malls, I think it's called, and that will give it extra tourism. But now, I guess all we have to do is pray for the end of the game. Aha! So I'm going to win the game in about 8 turns as far as the computer thinks. 8 turns, give or take. But what that means now is the AIs will not trade with me. So Congo was giving me stuff for like diplomatic favor, but now he will under no circumstances deal anything over here that is of any value for me for winning. So books won't sell, music he won't sell. So the rest of the great works have to come from myself. I can't trade for them anymore. Oh, and there's Cold War. Excellent. So there's a couple things that have been holding me back. There's some late cards that give you like double or triple or 200% tourism based off of great works, and those cards would really help. But now we can also do some rock bands, and rock bands is going to really help. The rock bands are really random. However, they're relatively cheap. They're much cheaper right now than me getting parks. So let's get a couple of, yeah, just from somewhere relatively close. We'll get a couple of rock bands. Where are they here? 500. And odds are like 1 out of every 2 will be worth it, but you never quite know. So the rock bands are a random and we'll get to them when we get to them. But I'll get 1 to each area that we get. So we send 1 from here. That's the great thing about being settling so wide, is I can send rock bands from much closer than what it would take me normally. Turn changeover went from 8 turns to 18, so that keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down, like it did last time on the Canada game. There's the Bolshoi Theater. Awesome. There are a couple more things and great works we could put in there. And a little bit more tourism. Again, we're getting all these early techs back in, backfilling, and it's really coming through pretty quick. We can finally do our 3rd tier government. I don't really care to. It might be good for the era score, but it's going to change me off of what everybody else is doing for a government, which would reduce my tourism with them. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. And again, I don't need the era score at all, because I'm 2 points away from a golden age, and I don't expect that we're actually going to get to the next era. It hasn't been announced yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be another 30 turns or so. We've got the new city promoted to our own religion. We'll get down here, get Washington done as well. What was the promotion? Performs 1 on wonder tiles. Do we have any wonders up here? I don't think there's anything close. There we go, Terracotta Army. Bam. It's always good to take whatever your promotion is with the rock bands. Here is Space Sports or campuses. So do we have a campus over here somewhere? I think that is a theater square. It was a strange game. Not much. The AI didn't take a whole lot of science. They did a lot of culture, which is, if they hadn't have gone culture to start with, like if everybody had gone science like they normally do, I think I would have won this game already, to be honest with you. Get these 2 little, I'm going to just be chasing these apostles around to the end of time. This missionary, we'll put a couple more charges in just to make sure it's my religion. Let's get another park here. Another naturalist. And we'll grab a rock band from here too, I think. Because why not? The rock bands are already up to 780 or 760. Again, we're just going to keep taking 1 turn techs, looking for wonders that we can build. I still haven't built my core side. Our defensive strength of these cities is still only like level 32. We're very prone to being attacked. And that is like the only real recourse that the AI has at the moment. If they wanted to avoid me winning this culture victory, they would all have to declare war on me like right now. But I'm still friends with them all. I'm still in alliances with all of them, so they can't. So that's their own fault. We could buy a tile here. And one thing I've noticed is that I've had no gold per turn at all this game. None at all. So everything that it's been faith-based. Another musician, bam. Cool. I just saw as the turn rolled over, the alliance. Ooh, yes, the alliances. Very important. Oh no. Oh no. That means that these people could go to war with me. Oh no. Okay, let's make some plans. Well, I went through and I tried and I tried and I tried. They will not declare friends with me. So I'm very soft and squishy at the moment. They could very well declare a surprise war on me. But I have the ability to buy units with faith, and I can get defenses up super quick. Their problem is the game's still telling me I'm going to win in about 8 turns. And they've all given me open borders, and I've got trade routes to them. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. And here we go with another park. Gives me another golden age no matter what. So I don't think they can stop me. I think it's already too late for them. But we'll see if there is some sort of surprise war between now and the end of the game. The other thing is they haven't even been hit with the rock bands yet. And the rock bands are all on the way, man. They're all coming to rocket out for the win. Rock band number 1, and we'll see what the old roll of dice gives me here. You never know. It could be anywhere from 100,000 tourists to instant death. Usually the first one is kind of 375 tourism is kind of a waste of time. But if he gets promotions, then we're laughing. We can finally found a couple more apostles. They just might be out of range. Yeah, it's been hard to find apostles that aren't hiding inside of cities. Oh, that's good news. One less person that's going to go to war with me, and that was them coming after me. So maybe we can get friendships. Maybe if they were smart, they wouldn't. Statue of Liberty, not the best wonder for me. The Diplo points are kind of cool, I guess, but it was just for tourism. Just for tourists. Medieval Engineer. I probably have a bunch of Igniter that I didn't even know about. And we have professional sports. Just to put that in perspective, it is 1240 AD, and I've got computers and ski resorts. Pretty crazy. We can do a steel tech boost now. Excellent. Another rock band. We'll see what happens. Unit lost, of course. You can get big swings with the tourism from rock bands, but they're so unpredictable. Here, I almost got another martyr unit, but the guy ran into the water. I don't think I can fight him in the water, unfortunately. Yep. So the martyr ability where you can get the relics is, I might have gotten 4 all game. Very frustrating way to work. Definitely not something you can count on at all. I'm not going to worry about like making them perfect. I'm just going to put down whatever ones I have. Okay, I don't think we're going to have enough faith to build a whole lot more. There are almost 3,000 faith per naturalist now. Let's see what we're looking at. Congo and Kublai both became allies with me, but Vietnam's being a hard nut to crack. She won't join. And we're going to win in 4 turns now. So we don't need her anyways. We'll just keep pushing all the single techs. I don't think we're going to have a chance to make a whole lot more. Maybe Crystal Renator will go through in 6 turns. Maybe not. Oh, you silly woman. Okay. The game just gave up. Again, the only thing they could have really done is gone to war. And they keep... Now they're killing my pot. They're just giving up. They're just giving up. It's awesome. Craziness. So like I said before, my best win was probably around turn 250-ish, 240-ish at best. It would have been a science win. As Canada would be the last time I did it that well. The last Canada playthrough we did on YouTube, we did like turn 290. So this is going to be roughly 100 turns better than that, and probably beating my best score by 70 turns. Craziness, craziness, craziness. Thinking back, probably there's things I could have optimized this down the culture tree a little bit better to maybe get some of the end game cultures where I get like 200% tourism for great works. And another one. Oh my goodness. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's now see, it's got to be like this turn. We're at 1200 culture. Let's do another rock band. We lost a unit. It's really 50-50. Honestly, it's more random than you would make sense that it is. We're still making great works. I'm still getting artists and writers and stuff like every 3 or 4 turns. 82 spots taken out of 121. 422 tourists just from great works. Pretty nutty. Let's see, Vietnam just became allies with me again, so let's take a cultural alliance, why not? And last time it said four turns to win, and let's see what it says now. Very interested. See, they really needed to declare war and to come at me with nukes, but it is only 1200 AD. Victory in 2 turns. Excellent. The Panama Canal. Look at that. Ooh, fancy smancy. Oh, I really didn't need to make that. Oh, jeez. I'm just building wonders just because here we're just fighting stuff just because I can. Finally starting to track down some units that aren't like hidden inside of stuff at the end of the game. Just try to get the martyr ability to work. And I am not slowing down. I know the game's going to end, but I am not slowing down. Every turn I'm getting great people, I'm getting points, I'm getting stuff, we're getting artwork. Every turn. We're finally past a lot of like the single turn text, so I'm just picking whatever. More writers. Just goes on and on and on and on. And it doesn't really matter what I'm making here now either. I'm just kind of picking whatever. It's pretty well the end of the game. I'm just picking the first thing that shows up that I can build. I know I could be making some more wonders in a couple of cities. I could be building a couple more art museums, but I don't think the game's going to last long enough to see them being built. Turn 189, and we have won the culture game. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Let's take a look at some of the graphs in the game. Buildings constructed, you can barely see my blue line, but I want to tell you that is a skyrocket of a blue line. The AI kept up with me up until about turn 90, and then I just, I've made so many cities. Cities captured, I captured 1, you can't see it, it'll be buried underneath. Cities founded, I skyrocket. I was really slow to start because we didn't get our first city until turn 46. But then from 10 to 30, we went super quick. Cities lost, we haven't lost any yet. Districts constructed, again, that's how you as a player beat the AI. You just build more than they think to build. Great people earned, again, I skyrocketed. They were past me up until about 123 or so, 125, and then I just skyrocketed because I wasn't concentrated on that at that point. Number of combats, there was a couple of combats where I fought apostles, but that's pretty much it for me. Culture, I skyrocketed. Era score was never a concern. Player faith was off the charts. and gold kind of skyrocketed a little bit just because I was hoarding it for sewers. My science was really below a lot of the ways, but there at the end of the game, you can see some of the computer AIs must have changed and got research centers or something like that, like the Congo at the very end of the game. But I was by mid game, I was caught up. And again, player score skyrocket. Total cities destroyed, none. Governor titles. Total governors, not that big a deal. The best in the world, religions founded. I was actually the second religion. I thought I was going to be the first. Units killed, that was all apostles for me. And then the units lost was apostles. Again, so not a very, well, wonders constructed. I went super early on that actually, and you can see I jumped up really quick. And back to the main. So yeah, we'll go back to one more turn to take a look around. We'll go to the map of tourism. If it'll let me here, once the turn turns over. So in retrospect, this game, although I took secret societies, I didn't really use them. I picked them early on, and I did get an extra random slot for it, which was very helpful as far as keeping my faith up. But great people, I used, I guess the great people where I used Anansi at the start to get a little boost in tourism or culture and science. That was a really big help early game, and then having Hercules to make districts was really so those two guys being there did speed my game up a little bit. But I feel like Russia getting faith and going golden ages is easy to do on any game mode, and you can replicate it very easily. So here on the tourism mode, you can see the big bonus. Again, without all the cards yet, all these things giving me tourism, from the wonders to my holy sites to my theater squares to anywhere there's great works to my capital, everything. Eventually walls start giving me tourism, the better walls. But just the sheer volume of things I was able to do with all these cities, all this tourism pumping in, really helped escalate. And again, I put it everywhere. And we covered the whole, and that's a good thing too about Russia, is where you're settling snow. Most cases, you're left the whole map to yourself. Like all the snow, most AIs don't want to be bothered with. Most of the new cities I had only really had faith. They didn't really have culture yet. So a couple of cities you can see actually had some tourism from National Park. But yeah, all in all, it's very easily to replicate the game. I'm surprised that I've never actually had a win this early before. So turn 189, man, that's the best for me. Yeah, that was lots of fun. Thank you guys for watching. And if we do another one of these, let's try something that has nothing to do with culture next time. Maybe either science or we go straight to war. Fun. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.